Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the White Belt MMA podcast. And it's an absolute pleasure having the show again. Alan Martinez, who is, it's officially fight week for him. February 25th. He's going to be facing Joao Ruiz at UWC 31. So, Alan, it's been a minute, man. How you been?
I'm great, man. I'm kind of happy to be on this show. I'm happy to be blessed to be on interviews. It's exciting. I got to fight, so I can't complain.
Yeah, 100%, man. So how's training been? Because, we were talking off camera, man. You know, on Instagram, man, those pictures, you and your cousin, Johnny Munoz, you guys are going hard from, splitting camp between Phoenix Jiujitsu and Intram MMA in Mexico. So, man, tell us a little bit about that. How's training camp been going? And, how's it been, splitting time before, between two camps? Because, those two camps, man, they look killing.
So, honestly, it's been a blessing to be able to travel, be able to cross-train. We're not really into the whole cross-train in the beginning because my uncle's so big on making sure our foundation's good. You don't want to just go cross-train and you're just going over there and you want to be ready where you go cross-train, so you just blend in. So no one could be like, oh, this guy, he's not all that or whatever. So we didn't really cross-train much coming up, and then now the doors open. We got blessed to be with Iridium Sports agency, and they have a bunch of guys on the roster, and one of them, Brandon Moreno, which is a good friend of ours now, and they opened the doors to let us train the cross train with them. As we started to get to know them, we got to go cross train back in February of 2021. That was before my first pro fight. We got to meet people there, and Raul, he opened the door to let us train, and now mixing it up, it's been a blessing. We're out there about once, twice a week. Cross training from there and then going to sequence. Now we have two homes, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, man. And you kind of mentioned a little bit there that you became friendly with Brandon Moreno, and I feel I kind of have to ask this, right? His last fight, I personally thought he won. For you, how'd you see that fight? Because for me, I personally think Brandon Moreno won, and that was a robbery. And again, a hell of a fight between both of them, because it's crazy. It's crazy. After 3 fights, you won a fourth one, and hey, hopefully Brandon gets it. But for you, what did you think of the fight?
Again, I thought he won, but that's you could always look at that as like, oh well, how are you looking at it? Are you looking at it as a friend standpoint? You're looking at it as a spectator standpoint, but nobody can ever see it from the judge's standpoint. That's a whole different ballgame. I don't know what they watch, I don't know what they see. I don't want to assume, but I thought he won the fight. Couple things that I noticed in this fight he didn't do from the last fight. Those kicks could have been a factor. Notice he checked a few, but he was just kind of taking them. That could have been a factor. I noticed he was still there after he landed his shots. He was still there to receive that right hand from Figueroa every time. So if you watch the second fight again, he slips out, and the third fight he didn't. So it's like that could have been a factor. But then again, it's a lot of things that I could say, but when you're in there, it's a whole different ball game. Because when I'm in there, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? But that's not crossing your mind. So I look at it as like he could have probably wanted to do something, or even maybe use more of the wrestling and more control time on the ground, or use the jiu-jitsu more. So I thought he won, but let's run it back, man. Let's get a fourth fight. I feel like he's going to showcase way more. And yeah, man, he's only going to get better.
Yeah, and for you, man, as someone that trains with them, what do you prefer seeing that fourth fight in? Do you prefer seeing it in Mexico, or do you want to have it in Cali again? Mexico.
I think it would be a blessing to be in Mexico, because man, Mexican fans or Latin fans in general are just they're so loyal for their people, and it's kind of beautiful to watch. Like when he won the belt out in Arizona, that's more Mexican based of a state. So, and dude, the crowd, the energy, I wasn't there, but you could feel it. You could see it through the TV. You could feel it. The emotions running high when he won the belt. It's a dream come true to get the belt. Now it's about keeping the belt. And obviously we don't have it now, so he has to go back and get it. But once you get it, you got to just follow the same steps to get it again and just add to it. So that's all it is. We just got to keep adding to it. I would like to be more involved to help out for the camps, but for right now, it's just going to be how he's doing it. So I would like to get in more. I get training with them, but I'm not there every day like Follows with John. Like that's a different factor. Like I get Johnny every day. I get Johnny here. I get Johnny there. I go with Johnny there. Blah blah. But if I could do that with Brandon and be more involved, and Johnny be involved with me with them, and have who he has with him already, and just keep adding to it, I think it would just more elevate his game. He's a machine, dude. He's always growing, always learning. He's like your podcast name, White Belt for life.
Yeah, man, he's always learning, like he said. And man, Alan, to transition it back to you, man. So, February 25th, when did you get noticed that, you were going to get this fight? And again, man, so like, how do you feel, especially because, it's been, since October that, was your last fight. So for you,
Yeah.
like, February 25th, God willing, everything goes well, healthy, like, what are your plans for 2022?
So I got the call for that fight. I had the idea for the fight as soon as I was done in October. As soon as I was done in October, my mind's already like, what's next? I don't really plan too far ahead. I do, but I don't. Like, I can't plan who I'm gonna fight, but I can have dates and ideas of time frames I want to fight. Again, you can't plan it because of injuries. Life happens. Things come about. COVID. I mean, there's a lot of things that play a factor that you can't control, but at least you have an idea of what time frame. So I knew I wanted to fight in January, February time, back in October. We were supposed to fight with a crowd. There was supposed to be an arena and everything. The COVID kind of case rose a little more, so they put it back at the closed arena where they're at Interim Gym. So I got that notification for it back in December. And man, that was just a blessing getting that around Christmas time, like a Christmas gift. So getting prepped for the fight and everything, I'm blessed. Thankful for my uncle and Jason at Iridium Sports and Raul and Alex from UWC.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. And like for you, like you kind of mentioned it there, like, it was supposed to be, with a big crowd and everything like that. Like for you, like, are you just itching for that first fight with like, an arena full of fans and just feeling that adrenaline rush again? Or for you, it's like, hey, business as usual, fans or no fans, I'm in there and I'm there to dominate.
Fans or no fans, I'm in there to dominate. Like, I thought I needed fans until I fought my first pro fight and I didn't have fans. And that showed me I can do this without fans. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would love to have the fans there. I got a lot of support that's been behind me this whole time. They've been itching to go to fights. They want me to fight in Cali. They want me to fight. They want to be able to show up. A lot of people are getting their passports ready and everything and planning their trips. And it was kind of nice to hear that because it's like, oh, cool. Like, you can feel it. Like I'm really big on feeling energy and feeling the love. So I like being able to give it back. So whenever people shout me out, give me love, I love to shoot it back at you. Like, oh, dude, I mean, you're doing this good. Like, you're doing that great. Like, thank you for the love, but I want to send it right back because you got something you're working on and you need a good applause for it. So it'd be nice to have fans, of course. The adrenaline's always nice and the energy with the fans. But I learned to just tap into that guy I need to turn into. So I can do that whenever, wherever. Of course, I'm only gonna do it when I get paid. So I don't have to, run into no legal issues.
yeah, definitely, man. And so two last questions here, man. Because like I said off camera, man, it's fight week, man. A lot of stuff is going on, so I don't want to take too much of your time. So the one coming up right now, this could be a fun question. So for you, man, after you weigh in, what's the first food of choice, man? Carne asada,
tacos, carne asada, adobada, tripas, cabeza, vamos con todo.
Everything, man, everything con todo.
There's a place in Tijuana. It's Tacos El Fran. So if anyone's ever shooting out to TJ, I recommend that place. 10 out of 10, great service. Always busy. Their times are a little different. Sometimes they open up at 4 p.m. So if they still open up at 4, they're late night. So that's one of the main focuses after the fight is that. And I like how people say, well, you have a fight coming up and you have a guy in front of you and this and that. That's fine. But the way I look at it, we are going to overcome that. We are going to get through the fight, regardless how it may play out. God willing, it goes out my way. But I prepare for all situations. I prepare for all scenarios. I don't prepare for a specific individual. I prepare for the situation of what's going to happen. So, like for this fight, they gave me the guy, and actually, I could give you a simple update because I'm working on like right now. They might pull my opponent. My opponent might pull out, but they have a backup opponent. For me, I always try doing my best to have a backup opponent because of the way my fights have always played out. I never get the first guy they give me on the first fight notice. So with this guy, it seems like they might switch him up, but it doesn't change anything, man. It's a fight at the end of the day. I'm prepared for all situations. You just gotta let me know, is he orthodox or southpaw, and then I could go from there. Does he like? And I'm assuming to me, or I put it in my head. Everyone knows a double leg. Everyone knows an arm bar, a triangle. I put in my head this dude's the baddest dude in the world, so it keeps me on my toes, makes me train hard. I never overlook anyone. I never think oh, this guy's nothing. I put it in my head that this dude's a bad dude, so it keeps me on point. So I'm excited to be able to get in there again, and let's just let the games begin, man. I'm hungry. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. And yeah, we got to make sure you get those tacos on Friday too. Well, on weigh-in day, my bad. But
No,
I gotta ask
actually,
you
we get them on Friday night. So for people that are watching, if you're the kind of guy that weighs in and gets ice cream and tacos and this and that, like that's all I'm gonna do to you. Like, all right, if that works for you, do it. I'm the kind of guy that you eat what you've been eating before the camp or during the camp and after weigh-ins. You eat what you've been eating. Maybe add seasoning, maybe add a slice of avocado, sour cream, maybe a little bit of cheese, but that's your cheat. That's your little extra. But hey, everyone's different. Big believer that whatever works for you, do it. Everyone's body's different, but I know for me, I'm the kind of guy mentally tough, so I got to make sure the discipline's on point.
No, 100%, man. And yeah, man, to my last question, it still revolves around you, but also in our previous interview, you mentioned that you're also a coach for jiu-jitsu, and I saw on your Instagram that you're coaching your team at the Los Angeles International Open. So how did it go, man? Because based off the pictures, it looks like you guys did really well.
Dude, I'm blessed to be with Sequence. My uncle, he showed us the way, so I'm able to teach that at the gym, and I'm one of the head coaches for the kids. So it's kind of nice to be able to like have my uncle's teaching go through me, but I give a different flavor. The kids love it. Kids did well, man. I take a little army with me. Like I don't have like I got about over 60 kids I teach. So and my classes are around 30 kids a class. So they're big classes. So I make sure I maximize my time and I make sure I can teach them the best I can with the time frame, and especially with the new generation of kids. I call them tablet babies. So it's a little tougher for them to learn, but it's a blessing. So at the LA International, we got second in gi for kids. That was pretty cool. And we only brought like maybe 14 kids. It was a small amount of kids. And all these gyms are combining 60 kids, 30 kids, 40 kids, whatever. My kids did well. I had 14 kids, 8 golds, 3 silver, 2 silvers, a few bronzes, and 4s. So it was a blessing, man, to get out there. And I'm always the kind of guy where it's like, you can be this, you can be that. Oh, this guy's in shape. Oh, this guy's a fighter. He must be. But look at the product. What have you made? Who have you taught, and how are they doing? And so if you see how my kids are doing, it just goes to show how our gym's doing. John Munoz, the Sequence, the whole family. So it's a blessing, man. I'm excited. I got another tournament with the kids. I believe we're gonna shoot for March. There's a tournament in Vegas, AGF. There's another one the day after my fight. I'm shooting up to AGF in Lancaster. So I have a few kids out there. Not an army, just a few guys. Gonna go check it out, support the team, support my brother. So it's gonna be good.
That's awesome. And do you ever see yourself like stepping back into the jiu-jitsu game where you're like, nah, right now it's just strictly MMA?
I love that you mentioned that, dude. I love that you mentioned that. Yeah. So I do, honestly. It's itching. It's kind of motivating seeing the kids go and compete. It's a whole different mentality now that I fought MMA, because jiu-jitsu used to be the prized possession of like, oh my god, I'm like, and it's like the nerves, the adrenaline, the this, that. And now that I fight MMA, I'm like, oh, like all we do is like the worst that can happen is you get tapped. Like really, like I'm in a sport now where the worst that can happen, you can possibly die. Like it's a life or death situation, and it makes me feel better that I'm prepared for that into a sport of jiu-jitsu. So I still keep that same mentality. So I am curious how I'll do in a jiu-jitsu tournament now. I'm a black belt, so I haven't competed at black belt. I would love to make my debut. My main thing is I love preparation for things. I love preparing. So I haven't been focusing too much on sport jiu-jitsu. So anyone watching, like, there you go. I haven't been preparing too much on sport, but I've been training it. So when I dial in on sport jiu-jitsu, it's on a crack, and I'll be in there, and I'll for sure let you know and the world know when I'm going to make my debut in a black belt jiu-jitsu. That'd be interesting. It'd be fun. I can't wait, man.
That'd be awesome, man. Just make sure on the post, just you do the famous Conor McGregor lines, like, yo, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over again. And with the jiu-jitsu,
that is the best. That is like, I love how Conor has his little things, and success leaves clues, man. So like, if you're doing something right, I ask questions. Like, okay, that, like, people always say, oh, you do that Conor McGregor walk. flare my arms around.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, where did Connor really get it from? He probably got it from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I remember watching WWF and seeing Vince McMahon come out, and you hear no chance,
Yeah.
like just what you got, and he throws his arms. It's a Billy strut. But if you go deeper than that, it's confidence. Like if you got confidence to walk that way, and for them, they got all the money and the power, so it's like a choices. So I'm gonna walk that way too. It feels good. I'm not doing it because they did it. I do it because I feel good.
100%.
Everything I do is off my feeling, how I feel. Get a haircut, you feel good, but before the haircut, people don't feel good. I feel good before the haircut. Therefore, when I get it, it's the same feeling. I feel great.
Yeah. See, that's when you have to just post the selfie on Instagram, man. Be like, hey,
Post
yo,
it up.
slide in the DMs, man. Slide in the DMs.
Slide in the DMs. You get a heart. You get a hug. However you want.
100%. So yeah, man, Alan. Again, before we go, man, once again, thank you for the time, man. You're the man. Do you want to plug in all your social media so everyone, here can watch you and follow you?
Oh well, first thing, you're the man. I appreciate what you're doing for fighters, giving us a platform. Yeah, there's a lot of podcast guys, but there's not a lot that love what they do.
Mhm.
They a lot of them just want to get content out and get with the fighters. Oh, I got this guy, I got that guy. But what did you really talk about? Did you really? And then I love how the check-in that we do, like, hey, how's it going? How's life? Right before the interview. That's what people don't know. Like off air, like we do a check-in. I love that about you. You always, hey, I leave it open for you. So people that want to tap into your platform, I recommend it. And as for me, social medias and everything, I'm pushing the at the Glue MMA. I had switched up from at Super Glue 97. The Glue MMA, my platforms. Look for me on there. Shout out to anyone that's supporting me, anyone that gives me love. I give it right back to you guys.
Sounds good, man. So again, everyone watching, make sure to tune in February 25th. Alan Martinez at the UWC 31 against Joao Ruiz. And it's going to be on UFC Fight Pass, man. So
Fight Pass, baby.
There you go. So you guys, hey, tune in and watch Alan dominate. So again, Alan, thank you for the time. And to everyone watching, peace.